Okay, guys, so we are live, and this is my impression of Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Some feedback, some thoughts. We're going to get into it. I'm going to read you some comments from my Facebook group, from YouTube, and let's talk about it. Here's my thoughts on Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Guys, if it's your first time here, welcome to the channel. My name's Jose. I'm an air traffic controller at Tampa International Airport. I love everything VR flight sim related. And today we're talking about Microsoft Flight Sim. We're going to start off by reading here. This was posted 30 minutes ago. Today is the 21st, November 21. Microsoft Flight Sim released on November 19 to just an absolutely, it was just horrendous, right? The servers froze up. People couldn't get in. People got stuck at 97%. Belgio made this awesome tag here, 97% club. Everybody was kind of saying different things right about that. So here, let's talk about what Microsoft has just posted right now. This is from Jorg Newman, the head of Microsoft Flight Simulator. It says, we are seeing significant improvements to the capacity and access issues. We plan to gradually increase the capacity while we monitor the situation. We're feeling optimistic that players will be able to access the sim and take to the skies. We thank you for your ongoing patience, and we'll provide another update on Friday, which Friday's tomorrow, right? Just kind of address some of the issues, and I'll give you my thoughts. And there's plenty more, guys. I mean, feel free to open up in the comments down below. I mean, there's so much I'm not going to get in this video. It's going to be a rather short video, but big picture, I think Microsoft dropped the ball. You know, we're expecting these companies to, hit the ground rolling. They have let's just say infinite resources, for lack of a better way to describe it, right? They have the ability to, they know how many sales are coming in. They know how much server demand they had during the alpha test. The numbers being thrown around 200,000 that they tested. The load, and it worked out great. I think we needed like 2 million, and I don't know. Now, consider this, guys. Xbox, anyone who had a Game Pass was able to download this. Anybody on a computer with a Game Pass, anybody on a Steam Deck, straight up with Game Pass, if you have it set up correctly, you could download this. So the amount of people that hit that server was like a DDoS attack, and just literally took it down. And then they were saying that it started resetting and trying to reconnect and just didn't allow anybody to get in. They should have seen that. Now, I'm gonna tell you, yeah, I'm kind of all over the place here. There's so much I want to talk about. Some people are saying like, hey, you know what? I'm kind of going to jump off. I'm going to get a refund. We're going to show it to them, make them pay a charge back, and then I'll jump in later. That's one way to handle it. I don't know that that's what I want to do. This is the thing. I spent so much time in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Even with the hardware that I've picked up and everything else, my VR headsets, Quest 3 works great. Pimax Crystal Light has been absolutely amazing in VR. So I'll have video on that later on, but I've enjoyed it so much that I have no reason to return it. I fully expect all these bugs to come out. And, there's some people say, well, I have no tolerance for that. And I get that. So big picture, there's issues. They're working through it. It sucks. I got nothing to say. I can't really defend them on that. What I can say is that they're putting in the work and they're trying to fix it. And for those of you who are excited about that, let's continue. And for those of you who are saying, you know what, I'm going back to whatever is DCS or these other games or X-Plane, I'm not mad at you for it, And in fact, I even told people, go back to my videos. I said, guys, if you don't want to deal with bugs and you don't want to deal with different things and you don't want the headache of testing and standing in a line for 4 hours to get a software that you paid for, don't do it. You're good. Just hang out and just sit on the sidelines. And people in the Facebook group are saying, I told you so. And it's kind of funny because, so did I. We knew this was going to happen. So there's a lot of weird little bugs, right? One of the things I've noticed is that the controls, the mouse does not work in VR. VR has been working great for me and many users, not everyone. We've had like a really mixed bag. Mouse doesn't work in VR. The key bindings were changed, just all sorts of weird things, right? In fact, let me know in the comments below, like what weird bug have you found? I'm curious. I've seen a lot of them online on the Facebook group and in Discord and in elsewhere, Twitter and Reddit. But let me know, like, what bugs have you found? That's something I noticed, right? That's kind of annoying that doesn't work correctly. And the other thing that I found, that when I try to set my position in VR, that doesn't work, Kind of think of the tablet and the buttons, the key bindings have all been reset. They brought like a new person in to reset them. Most of the joysticks work and are recognizable, Not all of them have presets, so I expected more of them too, but I think they're starting to show up now. I think a lot of the issues initially were tied to the servers and the streaming of the data. And that's the big thing. Let's talk about that briefly, right? So this is all cloud-based, right? The download file was very small, 11 gigabytes, not megabytes, megabits. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It was 11 gigs. And so most of what we're doing is through the cloud streaming, and some people are not happy with that. They said, you know what, just give me the hard drive space, I'll take it. I think they've been able to offload some of the performance to the cloud, and then we're having to technically run less. I mean, we'll find out here, but we're having to stream more, and that means we need a solid internet connection. I'm dreading the day that I lose internet for whatever reason and I can't fly. That's going to be annoying. What do I do then? You know, for those of you guys who are on Starlink, let me know, how's your performance been? I think my buddy Sam, is he on Starlink? Let me know, Sam. You know, what happens when we have less than optimal internet connections? You know, and think about this, the day that Microsoft decides in 10 years from now, whatever that date is, I'm just making this up, that's like, you know what, we're shutting down the servers. Everything we've done is useless. There is no, well, we can default back to OG maps, you know, terrain maps. There is nothing. This is all cloud-based. Kind of like when Nintendo decides that they're going to shut down the store for one of their old consoles like GameCube or whatever, the Nintendo Switch, you know, there's going to be a day where Nintendo says, we're not going to host that store online anymore. Servers for Halo are closing, and we're not going to have access to that, right? So that'll be kind of interesting when that happens. By the way, if it's not out yet, I'm going to link 3 Grumpy Simmers. They're going to be having a podcast talking about some of this stuff. So let's check that out if you guys want to see a little bit more longer form content. All right, so let me read this comment over here. Philip says, even with the obvious vast amount of bugs in the new sim, I'm very optimistic after this evening's session to install my local airport scenery from flightsim.to and the Chancellor 414 by Flight Simware. I started up cold, dark in the parking spot, and I was kind of surprised to see the outside of the plane. After some fiddling with control bindings, I managed to walk around the plane and also get into the cockpit. Started the plane, had a fantastic experience for approximately 5 minutes, having a 80 FPS, 40 FPS with asynchronous warp, smooth as I have never experienced before Microsoft Flight Sim 20. Then FPS dropped and everything fell apart. You know, but for a few minutes, wow, they were great. And so that's just one example. You know, he says he has a 13900K with a 4090 and a Quest 3. We're getting a lot of reports. It's a mixed bag. It really is. And I don't know, you know, the biggest thing I just tell people, guys, there's just a lot of bugs. There's a lot of issues. You know, we just kind of have to navigate through it because a lot of this is server side. These are server side issues that are happening. So just keep that in mind as we move forward, guys. Here's some hilarious videos of a person flying, standing up. Surprised you're not in a T-pose, and there's no airplane. You know, it's just, that was posted by Ross. It's just kind of crazy. Now, some people have waited 2-3 days. They haven't been able to log in. I was able to get in day 1. I did a stream, and I flew for about 3 hours, believe it or not, and I got to test it. People were jumping in the live stream. How'd you get in? How'd you get in? And I was testing VR, testing different aircraft. I went to Mumbai, went to New York, I went to Alaska. People were asking me this airplane, this location. So it was cool to definitely test it out and to show that VR works, although it was not the ideal condition because nobody could get in. All the big YouTubers, streamers, content creators, we all just, it was a nightmare. You know, I mean, I spent a lot of time really just trying to set that up and show you guys how my experience was, which was completely interesting. So I really am excited for Microsoft to kind of fix all this, right? Kind of get to a place where they, I don't know. I mean, how do you have to tell a company that like this was, you know, a flop? By the way, I paid for the limited edition, which is on the way. I only got in because I had Game Pass, you know, so like I got lucky that I had actually my kids and we use Game Pass on the Xbox, right? So that was kind of frustrating. Imagine, you know, you got this limited edition set, which arrives, I don't know, Saturday or whenever it does. That was, you know, a big bummer. And in fact, I think I misread the post, and tell me otherwise, that they had said, hey, listen, guys, if you are in the US, it doesn't affect you. You're going to get it. For those of you who ordered in Europe or out of Europe, it's going to be delayed. No, my unit went from China to like Oklahoma to here, delayed. So, you know, I don't know why somebody didn't figure that out, that was going to be messed up, even though I ordered from Aerosoft website. So A lot of issues, man. I wish I could complain a little bit more, but just wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. Should you buy it? Let's talk about that real fast. Should you buy Microsoft Flight Sim 2024? If you're okay with bugs and tweaking and fooling around and CTDs, yes. If you're looking for a polished product, absolutely not. Do you want awesome VR? Maybe, depends on your setup. I don't know. And smoothness like you've never had before, or the chance of having an awesome VR session. Yes, because this is the smoothest flights I've ever had. Even in the stream, like it was just in the middle of the chaos, guys. The Pimax Crystal Light was excellent. I even threw on the Quest 3, which was smooth for me, but it did not translate to a good stream visually for whatever reason. So, yeah, by the way, guys, thank you for watching. Just ask that provide constructive feedback. I'll leave that link below for you guys to do that. And, it sucks, it completely sucks. It's a game, there's worse things to deal with. So anyways, if you guys do enjoy these longer form content videos, some more talking head stuff, I feel like there's a place for them. I don't always want it to be some sort of weird sponsored something or a review or I just kind of like talking to the camera. And if you guys like watching it and want to hear some of my thoughts and want me to look into things and just share a little bit more, let me know, drop a comment below. But I think one of my next videos, I'm really going to go through a deep dive through all these comments, because I think there's a lot of gold here as we kind of like go through them, and I'll show it. I'll put it up on the screen. It's kind of interesting to watch. But all right, guys, talk soon. Hope you guys had a great day, and let me know how your experience has been so far. And are you in? Are you out? Did you get a refund? What did you do? Drop a comment. Let me know. Peace out, guys.